Hello everyone! So today I am here to do a beginning of the year or like new year whatever video that I thought would be really helpful, and that is doing a video all about my time management. Basically, if you guys didn't know, I'm Kate and I am a graduate student. I'm in my MA for English Literature, and I make a lot of different videos all about being in grad school, like study vlogs, videos, weekly vlogs, stuff like that. And the question I always get is, Kate, how do you do all of this? Especially because I talk a lot about the fact that, I read a ton of books for myself, for pleasure, as well as a bunch of books for school. And, I'm reading 15 to 30 books a month, as well as having a job and stuff like that. And people always are asking me basically for time management tips. And I figured I would just talk about how I do everything. Honestly, I find this kind of hard to talk about just because time management has been ingrained in me since I was a kid. I got my first agenda when I was in middle school, when they were called agendas. And ever since then, I have just improved my time management skills. And normally, I get all my work done ahead of time, as well as I kind of have a rule for myself that I don't work past dinner time, and that's the one that I feel like gets to a lot of people because most college kids are up into the wee hours of the morning doing homework, and I have a pretty strict set thing for myself that I don't work past dinner time. After dinner is my time for myself, and that baffles people's minds. I mean, of course, during certain times like finals weeks and stuff, which just happened, I was up until like 11:30, 11:45 doing homework. So I'm going to be talking through basically what I do to manage my time. So the first thing is a whole other video, and that is basically don't procrastinate. I feel like the biggest thing that people do is that they sit down and they're like, okay, I'm going to do my homework, and it's, noon, and then it's 6 p.m. and they're like, wow, I haven't done any of my homework, and because they were scrolling through Twitter or Instagram, and they're procrastinating on their assignments. And this is the biggest reason that people don't have time management skills, is that they procrastinate. Again, I don't know how to tell you not to procrastinate other than don't do it. But I would say my biggest advice to maybe help you is to schedule yourself very strictly. I will be showing my planner that I use that I will be talking about this whole thing in, but yeah, this is my planner. I have a daily planner, and literally every day I schedule myself what I'm doing. So I have literal blocks of time blocked out for everything I'm doing, including pleasure reading, socializing, talking with my friends online, and every single thing I do from, let me flip through this a little bit. Everything I do from laundry to putting out stuff in the mail, bathing. I schedule myself bath time and hair wash time. Yes, I do that. Cooking, like I do some meal prep, very basic meal prep, but I do some meal prep. I have all my appointments written down. I literally have I'm on campus, so I'm gonna go to the bookstore to get a gift. I put down, my friends and I do trivia every Thursday night, and that is my socializing time, and I have to schedule that in because I just don't, then and I say, oh, I'm going to do homework for the entire day. I'm not doing homework for the entire day. I am going to class. I am going to the bookstore. I am going out shopping. I'm going to trivia. That is not an entire day of homework. I need to be able to schedule that. Film, edit, and upload for YouTube. I schedule literally everything. And I find that the biggest thing that people do because of procrastination is it's because they're basically when your favorite YouTuber posts a video and you just really want to watch that video, but you're kind of forcing yourself to do homework instead, you're gonna procrastinate on that homework because there's something else you want to do. And to that I say, schedule yourself time to do those other things that you want to do. So I usually have a couple of hours in the morning while I'm working on actual work that I sit down and I watch a bunch of videos that I have been saving, and then after dinner is when I watch other videos that have come out during the day. There's also certain videos that the second they drop, I just watch them. Like Christine from Simply Nailogical, when she uploads at 11:30 on Saturdays, I stop what I'm doing and I just watch the video because I know myself and I know I'm going to be thinking about that video rather than doing my homework. It's kind of like when people try to go on diets and they're like, I'm only gonna eat salad for the rest of my life. And then after a couple of days, they're like, wow, I really want chocolate. And they don't let themselves have chocolate. And then like a week later, they're binging a ton of chocolate. That is what happens with procrastination. When you're like, I need to do homework, but I really want to be watching this video, you're actually going to take more time away from studying by procrastinating studying because you want to do that other thing. Just let yourself do that other thing really quick and then come back to studying. That is my tips for getting over procrastination. I don't know if that'll work for other people. I guess my other big tip for procrastination and time management is make sure you're doing things that you enjoy. I guess this one seems pretty obvious, but you know, if you have scheduled yourself time for reading for pleasure and you go and sit down with this book and you don't want to read, maybe don't be reading that book. Read a different book that you're actually really excited about. Or I think the biggest thing about especially graduate school and college is that people aren't in the right major. I did this. My first year of undergraduate, I was at the complete wrong major and I never wanted to do anything. I never wanted to study. I wasn't interested. If you're genuinely interested in a topic, you're going to want to do that topic and do your homework and learn all of that good old knowledge. So also just kind of check yourself in your life and see if you're in the right spot, because again, if you are a person going for your doctorate, like you're gonna be a doctor, a medical doctor, and you don't want to do your chemistry 101 homework, maybe you shouldn't be in that field because you should be excited to learn about chemistry. That's how I learned I was in the wrong major, because I was like, wow, I only want to be going to my English classes, but I'm in science. And then I switched majors and it made everything much better. People are always like, Kate, you have to read like 30 books a semester for school. How? And I'm like, because I'm actually excited to read them and talk about them and discuss them. So that's a more deep advice, but is definitely necessary in my personal opinion. And honestly, the rest of my advice is in the form of a daily planner. Again, as I just showed, I have had this planner since the beginning of the year. Yes, it is called the parent planner. This is apparently what moms use, which I think is hilarious. And yeah, a daily planner just is one that really lets you plan out literally hour to hour what you are going to be doing. And I have a whole system that I use for my daily planner because, again, I like one that has a full spread. This was my December spread with Christmas tree and everything. So I have a whole spread for that, and then I have stuff that I write on these actual pages that I will be going through in more of a flip through voiceover thing for this. I will be kind of going through this one and showing you guys how I set this up, but also I will be setting up my 2020 daily planner to show you guys how I get the ball rolling. And I am so excited about this planner. I'm actually working with this company, which I am so excited about. I worked with them for another video and I reached out and asked them if they wanted to help me with this, and they said yes, and I was so excited because I've had my eye on this planner since like August, and I was like, Kate, you have to wait. You can't be getting a daily planner for 2020 in August of 2019. Gotta wait. But that is Cleverfox. So this is the gorgeous little box that they send their planners in, which I think is so cute. And then you open it up and there is the gorgeous daily planner. So again, I will have a whole voiceover section setting up this planner because I haven't actually touched it yet. It is a brand new, beautiful journal. Oh, I love the look of a brand new journal. I'm so excited to fill it up. So the way that Cleverfox works with their daily planners, which I actually quite like, first off, they also give you a ton of stickers, which I actually quite like. The idea of stickers for a daily planner, because then you don't have to, especially if you do something like every single, like, you know, Thursday of the month, you don't have to constantly be writing it in. So yeah, this one has stuff at the beginning about like my daily rituals, skills that I want to learn, and habits to adopt this year, my affirmation, what I'm passionate about, to kind of reflect and just kind of have something to look at from the beginning of your year, your goals for the year, and all of these different topics. Mind map, my focus. Personally, I'm not super into this kind of stuff, but I know that it's definitely helpful for other people. I just have stuff like that for my bullet journal that I also actually have a Cleverfox for. I have a, a dotted notebook Cleverfox bullet journal. This is where I keep all of my YouTube and book stuff. I personally like to keep them separate because I think that they get a little bit muddled if I try to put them all together. So I do have a separate bullet journal for booktube and book stuff, while my daily planner is 100% my life, like my day-to-day life, school, and work. I personally just like to keep them separate, but of course you can do whatever you want. And this one is actually only 6 months. I know, it is a thick boy for 6 months. But yeah, so they have I actually kind of like that idea because then you can kind of switch it up at the 6-month mark. Sometimes I get a little sick of a journal after 6 months, so I kind of like that I'm gonna get to buy another one in June. So yeah, they have these full spreads for the month, and they are completely undated. So this you could literally buy and not use for like 2 years if you like didn't want to for some reason, because you can just do it yourself. So yeah, you just put the month at the top and then you fill in the days of the year. And again, I'm showing you guys these planners. So many people start planners and never stick with them. You have to be motivated and stick with it. And then you have these spreads. So this is the week kind of spread, like this week's main goals, this week's priorities, to-do lists, stuff like that, habits, life to do, all of that kind of stuff. And then you have the daily. So this has the time from 8 a.m. to 9 p.m, my to-do list, today's main goals, today's priorities, and then rate your productivity at the bottom. I think this is so cute. Again, I'll be showing more in-depth kind of pages in my flip through. But yeah, and then at the end of the 7 days, there is a weekly review. So what habits did I not pursue this week and why? How do I feel about my progress this week and how will I improve next week? Also, there's a whole page for notes that week. So if you just want to jot something down, I personally really like this because I do have a notebook for like jotting things down, but I don't use it. I use my bullet journal and I always end up just like scrawling in the margins or like in like spaces that I hadn't used on that day. So it's actually really nice to have a full notes section. And then yeah, the rest of this is literally just days and weekly reviews and stuff, which I love that. I love that so much. And then at the very end, there are a couple of dotted pages for you to use. For, I'm assuming, if you just have any other notes that you want to use or anything like that, or maybe if you're a person who wants to put your bullet journal and your daily planner together. Honestly, I might use the back of this because I don't think my bullet journal is gonna last me the entire year, so I might have to put the rest of it in the back of this. But yeah, I will insert some footage now of me going through how I set up my bullet journal last year and all of my tips and tricks for that, but also going through and setting up this baby for next year. Very excited. Alright, hello everyone. So this is Voiceover Kate, which you guys don't get that often, but this is my daily planner from 2019. As you can see, it is a spiral bound daily planner, which I'm honestly not that huge of a fan of, which is why I'm glad for my Cleverfox. This is a typical monthly spread for me. So yeah, I write down everything, like big things that happen during the month on my monthly spread, and then the daily spreads is where I get into much more concrete things that I do each day. So yeah, as you can see on each thing, I kind of block off time for when I am doing everything. Like I was saying, I schedule literally everything from work to meetings to class to homework. And as you can see at the bottom, I write down every single assignment I get the moment that I get a syllabus. this is just something that I have always done. So yeah, on Friday, I will rewrite everything that I have due in the following week on Friday so that I can keep track of what I need to do. And yeah, so I make sure to write down my assignments the moment that I get them, just to make sure that they are all written down in my notebook and I won't forget them. So yeah, I'm just going to continue flipping through my November spreads, which got pretty messy because I was in the middle of finals and working at a new job, so it got a little bit crazy. But yeah, I do check marks just because I do enjoy checking off things as I go. And as you can see, I have all my plans and appointments and school stuff, but I also have personal stuff like hanging out with my family or friends. This is my December spread. This was before December actually happened, but here you go. Here is a blank spread, and I put school stuff, finals, all of that in that spread. So yeah, that is my 2019 planner, and I do plan on doing almost the same thing for my Cleverfox, which this is the Cleverfox in this gorgeous little box. Here are the different stickers and warranties and stuff like that. I really liked how many stickers they gave you because it really was like enough to do basically something every other week. And I really appreciate how many stickers. I feel like planners give you so few stickers sometimes, and I'm like, what do you want me to do with this? But yeah, of course, I've already said how much I absolutely love this planner. I love that it is a hardcover, non-spiral, because although I did like my daily planner for last year, it was a spiral bound and it kind of fell apart halfway through the year. So this one looks way more durable and way nicer in quality. I also love that on the right side you can see that there is a little pen holder, which I find so helpful. My last year plan did not have that. So at the beginning of this planner, like I was mentioning, there's all of these different things that you can fill out to kind of prepare for the upcoming year. So there's my gratitude, my daily rituals, vision board, stuff like that, which I'm not a huge fan of just because I kind of do that on my own time or in my bullet journal. And yeah, so here are the monthly spreads. There are 6 of them at the very beginning of the planner, and you fill them out for each month and the year. I also really like that at the bottom how there's the goals, the wins, and what to work on next month. I think that's a really fun way to organize stuff. And this is the week at a glance and then day to day, which I actually quite like how this is set up because I can put kind of what I was writing on my Fridays in my other planner at a actual designated place, which is the week at a glance part of this notebook. Alright, and now I have gone on to a couple weeks later. I was actually getting this planner organized for the upcoming year. So here you can see that I'm just filling out the monthly spreads. So I don't love that you gotta fill out these on your own, but it does make it so much more useful if you are someone who might not use a planner for 6 months straight, or you wanted to get one halfway through the year or something. You don't have to throw away or just not use half of a planner. And as you can see here, I am filling out January because I know a lot of what's happening in January, including, my first day of classes, which I always color coordinate everything. So as you can see with the green, those are money related things, so paydays and when bills are due. And then blue is school, and pink is when I am going to see my boyfriend, and also will later just be times that are more personal stuff. And then this big orange line is my vacation, which I have a couple more orange lines later on, but I'm going to visit my best friend Haley in Ohio for a couple, 10 days, and then another pink line for when I'm visiting my boyfriend right afterwards. So yeah, this is me marking off what I'm doing in January, and then going right into February, which I obviously don't have as much planned for February just because it's further away, but this is just filling out everything. I do have a birthday in February for my dad that I fill in obviously there, and also I have a conference paper proposal due on the 1st of the month. And again, just filling out that money stuff because I like to get organized with that at the beginning of each month. And then here we have March, which I think March is also when I have spring break. So you'll see me write in for spring break always gotta put the money stuff. Past Kate just really on top of this putting in the money stuff. Oh, there's my boyfriend's birthday, which I will go back and highlight those, I think, later, because my pens that I use kind of smudge a little bit if you highlight them right away. And then this is the next month. Again, I did find that it was a little bit tedious to write in the days every single time, but it was a little bit therapeutic, I guess you could call it. And it is helpful in the long run, as long as you can just get through the little bit of doing it all at the beginning. And that is my trip to New York City and the 80s concert that I have planned. And again, like I mentioned before, these full month spreads are where I put basically any big things. So trips, days that I need to remember for school, like big things like finals or days off or anything like that, big assignments that are due, that I need to remember exactly when they are and like look forward to, not just like the week or something before. Oh, and there is my boyfriend's graduation. Wow, a lot's happening in the next 6 months. I'm just realizing that now. I have a lot of stuff planned. And the notebook is slowly moving off of the page and closer to me sitting there, which always happens. I struggle so much in like getting a good angle for these kind of things with my journal and like showing my journals. It's such a struggle. I don't know how other people do it. It took me forever to figure this out. But yeah, so here are my different spreads. I'm going back and highlighting because now they won't smudge because they fully dried and all of that. And yeah, so orange is kind of fun personal stuff. Pink is different events with my family or friends. Green is money. Pink is also visiting my boyfriend. Orange is vacation, stuff like that. I just love color coordinating. I think it's a lot easier to see. Oh, and here I am using some of the stickers that they gave me. I put them on my paydays because I thought that would be fun. And I had enough to do basically all 6 months every other week, which was very good. So now I'm getting on into the week at a glance and the day-to-day pages. So yeah, I think I am working on the week at a glance here and basically writing down my goals for the week and things that I need to pay attention to in that first week of the month. So on January 1st, I'm actually with my boyfriend, so I know what I'm doing, I'm pretty sure, those first couple of days, and that is mostly sitting at Starbucks working on work stuff, as well as editing and trying to get some books read. So I'm just writing all of that in and blocking out the times I know I will be working. And yep, that is my drive to Ohio. That's completely blocking out January 3rd. And just making sure that I have that all down for the day today. And then in that upcoming week, I don't think I had anything for the week at a glance, but oh, okay, so I moved over to the notes. This is actually where I started writing my packing list for Ohio, because we do have that extra little notes section, so I don't have to squeeze it in randomly on the day-to-day like I do with my current planner. I always write down my chores for the week, or packing lists or grocery lists just on random little pages in my daily planner. So I actually really liked that they had a little notes section at the end of each week, because that is going to be so helpful. Obviously, I just wrote my packing list on this week's one, but yeah, in future weeks, I'll definitely write my grocery list or chores or any other little things that I need to remember that don't necessarily go on the day-to-day spreads. And here I am filling out the day-to-day for the week that I'm in Ohio, because I am pretty sure I know what we're going to be doing each day. And I keep going back and forth from this packing list. I also am just put in my those little ribbons for bookmarks on the days that are in the pages that I am going to be using, because I actually find those so helpful, because you can put it at the beginning of the week, like the week at a glance, then you can put it at your notes or the day today, and you can put it one at your monthly spread that you're currently on. I really like this system. I always just use like binder clips or paper clips to keep stuff separated. So the ribbon bookmarks are definitely really useful. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and I hope it helped some of you guys in this new year for time management skills and trying to set stuff up for the beginning of this year to be as productive as possible. Also, because I am working with Cleverfox, I actually have a giveaway for you guys. I have an entire giveaway to send you guys one of these daily planners. So if you guys are someone who wants one of these for the first 6 months or last 6 months of this year, definitely leave a comment down below and tell me what your time management plans are for next year. Like, what are the things that you want to be most productive in 2020? And also for this, definitely tell me your Instagram handle so that I can message you, because comments don't always work that well. But anyways, I hope you guys all enjoyed this video, and if you took any of my tips or tricks, definitely tell me down below. And also, if you have any tips for other people on time management, definitely leave them in the comments so everyone can help each other out. And anyways, I love you all, and I'll see y'all soon. Bye!